Well, hello everyone. This is the Shawn 1113 podcast show. I am your host, Shawn 1113. Thank you for joining me, whatever you may be, wherever platform you may be listening to. Also, don't forget to follow me on this podcast on various platforms like Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Anchor.fm, Spotify, Buzzsprout, Podbean, and a host of other ones, Google Podcasts, and the like. So thank you for joining me. Shawn Steele's NFL college picks, week 5. Week 4 was not the best. I was 3-2. Best pick was Wake Forest, Virginia. Pick Wake Forest, and I was correct on that. Worst pick was Notre Dame, Wisconsin, and actually was I picked Wisconsin, and it was not exactly the best. Now, a couple of things before I make my picks on week 5 on the college, Shawn Steele's college picks. Congratulations to us Americans to winning the Ryder Cup and dominating the Ryder Cup, to be perfectly honest with you. I did enjoy that. It's one of the only sports that you don't get completely, quote, woke on woke. But that was fun to watch some of that Ryder Cup, regardless who won. Also, to Manchester United fans, how can you beat Aston Villa? How can you be beaten by Aston Villa with I mean with the one of the biggest stars, Ronaldo, no less? I might spell that wrong, but how do you get beat by Aston Villa? I mean, my Man City couldn't figure out Chelsea last year. Chelsea last year, and finally somehow, some way beat Chelsea. Chelsea in this first one. We'll find out in the rematch. But couldn't beat Aston Villa. I don't know, Man United, if you're ready to make the next step. That's my opinion about that. Um, Now with my Shawn Steele's college picks week 5, there were 7 games on the docket. Should be a pretty interesting week with some good matchups. Here we go. Arkansas and Georgia. And all these picks are very difficult to pick. You can go 50-50 either way on those. Now let me get to the point of the picks. Arkansas and Georgia. I am picking Georgia. Arkansas has really come a long way, better than I thought it was going to be. Excuse me, 1 minute. And would not be shocked if Arkansas beats Georgia, but I'm going to pick Georgia here. Michigan and Wisconsin, I'm going to pick Michigan. Cincinnati and Notre Dame. I didn't think Notre Dame was that impressive until the second half against Wisconsin. I think it was closer than the final score. But I'm going to pick Notre Dame to beat Cincinnati here. Ole Miss and Alabama. I'm going to save that for last, to be honest. Oklahoma and Kansas State. I would pick Kansas State. They have had Oklahoma's number for a little while now. So don't be shocked if Kansas State beat Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is kind of overrated, to be honest with you. But I'm picking Kansas State over Oklahoma. Auburn and LSU. I'm picking LSU to beat Auburn. Baylor, Oklahoma State is another 50-50 game. I'm picking Baylor here. And then the Alabama Ole Miss game it's going to be a very interesting game. I'm going to actually pick Ole Miss here to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. I'm telling you, I mean, there's something about that game. What Lane Kiffin can do, wherever he goes, he has some kind of effect of making teams better. But I'm picking Ole Miss to beat Alabama. I think Alabama is more vulnerable than people think, and I could be wrong. But Ole Miss to beat Alabama. Let's see what happens. Week 5 of the college football season. Shawn Steele's college picks, and don't forget I would appreciate if you follow listen to the podcast, and see and listen for yourself. Comment, like, subscribe, put a voicemail message if you like. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening, and stay encouraged no matter what.